Welcome to the Craig and Greg Show, presented by Maximize Leadership. Now, here are Craig Owens and Greg Harris.
Hey, I'm Craig, sitting alongside Greg, and I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. This is...
Who sings that?
The Pointer Sisters.
Yeah, we should let them sing it.
Yeah. We have been... I don't know if I should tell people, because it might tip off how old we actually are.
Nope.
We've known each other for a really long time.
Few summers.
And we have done so many different projects together, but we're doing one now that I think is like just right in the wheelhouse. Greg, obviously, like when I've written books, I've sent my manuscript to him and he's been offering input on every chapter, and vice versa. As Greg's writing books, I'm giving input on chapters. But we finally get to co-author a book together. I don't know why we didn't think about this sooner.
We're slower.
We're
patient.
Apparently. So our brand new book is actually a series of books. The whole title is Business by the Book. And the book is?
The Bible.
Yes. So we've got a lot of...
Holy Bible.
Yes. We got a whole lot of different places that we have had experiences that we bring to the table and hopefully do well in our coaching and in our Craig and Greg Show episodes. But hands down, the one place that we run everything through is what we find in the Bible, the wisdom that's there to make sure that what we're saying aligns with that standard that is eternal and unchangeable that we can lean on. And so what we have done is we sat down and we kind of mapped out a corporate flowchart. So just think of any corporate flowchart that you would think about with the CEO and the board of directors and all the way down to some of the salespeople and customer service people. And we are writing a series of books for every one of the boxes on that flowchart.
Yep.
So we're starting at the top with the CEO. The very first book that comes out is about a CEO's vision. Yep. How important is it for the CEO, the leader of the organization, to have a vision for where that organization is going?
Sort of blunt. If he or she doesn't know where they're going, others won't follow in one direction. It'll be a very chaotic culture. The vision is, I find it to be encouraging.
I think too.
We're going somewhere, right. Versus, we're going to work on this technique or this gadget, and it's pretty engineering oriented.
Right.
I think vision is the encouraging, we're here, bring on all these pieces, and we're going to be over there. Yeah,
and what I love about vision is it's not something that we're going to have this done by the end of the week, or we're going to arrive at this place at the end of the year. Mm-hmm. The vision, like a good vision, every time that you hit benchmarks, you're like, oh, there's still more. There's still something bigger. There's still something else.
What else can we do?
Yeah.
I think vision, there's so many leadership traits that we could highlight, but that might be the beginning. You got to have character and so forth, but vision without it, and there's a Bible verse or 7 about it, but it's like, you're going to perish if you don't have vision. I don't know where you're going. It's like if you say, hey, let's go and take a road trip. Where are we going? I don't know. Let's see where the road takes us.
Right.
Well, it's going to take us somewhere, but we may be surprised where we end up. And I think that's a real important aspect for a leader, is to make sure he or she is bringing the team where they need to be, and they actually communicate it well.
Right. So all the way back when Greg and I first met each other, we were both in the business world. Mm-hmm. And real quickly, I think you and I figured out, our success in business is going to allow us to leverage some things. We can tap into some other community leaders and business leaders, and we can start using that for the greater good in some other areas that aren't so much business related. But if we weren't successful in business, we wouldn't be able to get there. I just recently shared with you an article of a theater in the downtown Grand Rapids area that's getting a makeover. But we did a huge makeover there many, many years ago. We turned an old, it had been a theater, and then it became a nightclub and became kind of a questionable spot. But we redeemed that place and turned it into an incredible youth center. Mm-hmm. And as a result, we could bring in business leaders, we could bring in school leaders, we could bring in all these different people. But we realized we had to be successful in business in order to make that happen. And I think this is probably before there was even a term like business coaching or leadership coaching or anything like that. But that's in essence what we were doing, because we'd get successful in those areas, and other people started coming to us and saying, "Hey, look what you did there. Would you guys mind talking to us about how we could do that too?" And so now that's what we've kind of started capturing, that idea now in the written form with these books of here's what you can do.
I think right hand, left hand, we can use a lot of analogies. A glove fits so well. We're going to start with the CEO, and he or she is going to, set the course. And then there's a lot more chapters on how to stay course, how to improve course, how to correct course. That sounds like a sailor now. But even GPS on your phones, when you punch it in, you put a place where you want to go. And then you get there, you're like, okay, so we got to our stop, we're making our way through, blah, blah, blah. Hey, tomorrow, if we rode 600 miles, we could get to the next city. I mean, that's kind of what vision does. It just keeps on growing. And I think this book will be a wonderful project. You're going to lead from the Bible side. I'll kind of add to the business side. And they won't be long reads, will they?
No.
It's going to be enough for them to say, confirms something or challenges a new thinking. But to me, vision, you could use in sports, like whether it's a catcher through the mask and he's seeing the field and the pitcher delivers the pitch and there's a guy taking off on second base, but the guy at third might try to steal home, so he's got great vision. So he holds the ball, there's a fake play, he doesn't throw, he throws to third. I think for us in our business by the book, the Bible has so many teachings.
Yes.
And we'd like to make it into practical, which I think the Bible is very practical, but from a business application, I think this
we're bringing it right down. Yeah. So, as Greg and I kind of went on, you stayed in the business world. I moved into the church world, but then we continued to partner on things and we continued to coach people. So as Greg mentioned, what this book is going to be, every book will just be 6 chapters long. And I'm writing chapters 1, 3, and 5 with biblical examples. So in the case of the CEO's vision, I'm writing about characters in the Bible, what we learned about their vision casting. And then you're writing chapters 2, 4, and 6 that are giving a business application from what do we learn from that biblical character and how do we apply it to the daily business life. So you know exactly what you're going to get going in. It's a 6-chapter book. It'll be a quick read. It'll be a very informative read. Everything that we're writing is based on truths that we see in the Bible, and it'll just be Bible example, business application, Bible example, business application, all the way through the 6 chapters.
That's a lot of pressure.
It is some pressure, but I'm so excited about it because there's just so many things that we can do. And so we're going to have, like I said, we're going to cover the whole flow chart as we go through. So CEOs, business leaders, those of you that are the point leader in your organization, you need to go first. Like we've said about everything in leadership, you got to go first. And so we strongly encourage you to pick up a copy of our very first book, Business by the Book, in the whole series about a CEO's vision and the importance of that. And then watch for the other books as they come out, because you're going to want to get those and get together with your people that are filling those boxes on your flowchart and talk to them a little bit about, here's what I learned as a CEO. Here's what you're going to learn as a board member or as a customer service member or as part of the finance or the sales team. And you guys can all grow and learn together in this. So here's what we want you to do as well. Here's how you can help us out. We've kind of thought through the corporate flow chart, but we may have missed a box or two. So if you think about, I have this department or I see this level in my corporation that I'd like to see something addressed, business by the book in that area, talk back to us. Give us a comment here on this episode on X. You can tweet us at Maximize Podcast. You can come to MaximizeLeadership.com, which is also where they can find this book, find your books as well. Talk to us about some coaching opportunities. There'll be a lot of resources you'll find there at Maximize Leadership. But please pick up a copy of this book. If you're the CEO, you're the point leader, you set the pace. Find out what the Bible says to you about your vision And I think it's going to stimulate some thoughts for you about how you can begin to apply biblical principles throughout your entire organization. So pick up a copy of the book. Stay tuned here for at the Craig and Greg Show. We're going to continue to bring you more excellent leadership content.
Get in touch with Craig and Greg through Twitter at Maximize Podcast or at MaximizeLeadership.com. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any episodes of the Craig and Greg Show.